everybody, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about a situation that happened in regards to women and esports. So I'm going to be giving you guys the rundown of the article that I'm reading from, but I will also leave the link in the description so you guys can check it out, check out more of the story if you are interested. So long story short, the Finnish Esports Federation are banning female players from playing in its Hearthstone tournament because the International Esports Federation World Championship does not allow women to compete against men in Hearthstone. So if a woman was to go to this Finnish competition and win, she would be disqualified because she's not allowed to play in the World Championship against men. Now, if you don't know what Hearthstone is, it's a card game. You just play cards. You have a deck that you build and you play against someone else. It's a card game. It's a card game. And in my opinion, and I think I'm correct, I don't think there's any biological difference between men and women that makes a man better at a card game to where a woman has no chance to compete against him and must be segregated. Now, the funny thing is as well is that at the International Esports Federation, the games that they actually have available for people to play are Dota 2, which only men are allowed to play, StarCraft 2, which women and men are allowed to play, but they have segregated male and female competition. Hearthstone, which of course is male only like we discussed, Ultra Street Fighter, which is males only, and Tekken Tag Tournament, which is for females only. So I guess women are like good at Tekken Tag, but they're not allowed to play Ultra Street Fighter. Because women can't play Street Fighter, they can only play Tekken. You heard it here first, guys. So the official statement that these guys put out as to their reasoning behind all of this is, and I'm gonna quote word for word, "The decision to divide male and female competitions was made in accordance with international sports authorities as part of our effort to promote esports as a legitimate sport." Now, I can kind of understand where they're coming from in the fact that they're on this mission to get esports recognized as a legitimate sport, so they're trying to do everything as close as they possibly can to the way that legitimate sports are done. But the problem is this one little teeny weeny problem, and I may be mistaken, I may be really stupid, but in my opinion, and from what I can see, the reason behind segregated men and women sports like basketball, hockey, football, the reason for the segregation in gender there in those situations is because there are physical, biological differences between men and women that would make it just weird. It just wouldn't work for a man and a woman to compete against each other in like basketball. It just wouldn't work. And that's the reason why they're segregated. It's not just because it's like, oh, men and women have to be segregated. Is because there is a legitimate reason behind those legitimate sports having gender segregation. Now, in a game especially like Hearthstone, you just sit there, you build your deck, and then you compete against someone in a game of cards. I don't think there's a difference between men and women when it comes to competing against each other in a card game. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure there's not. I'm pretty sure there's no difference between men and women that would make it not fair for a woman to compete against a man in League of Legends or StarCraft or fighting games or anything. I'm pretty sure. Unless some science comes at me and slaps me with their science facts and proves me wrong. In my opinion, I don't think there's any reason why men and women should not compete against each other when it comes to video games. But let's just say that there is a difference between men and women's brains when it comes to playing video games. Maybe men have like some super awesome muscle in their finger or something that makes, this is getting dirty. As I'm saying this, I'm understanding that it's gonna go down a dirty path, so we should stop. But let's say that there was a difference between men and women's brains when it comes to video games. The problem now is that if you're gonna have a male-only Hearthstone tournament, you need to have a female-only Hearthstone tournament, because guess what? The NBA has the WNBA. So if you're gonna have a tournament, a competition that's specifically for men, you have to do the same for women. You can't just be like, nope, nah, girls, nah, I'm not gonna let you in. We don't like you guys. You're not allowed in here. You have to have a separate competition. You can't just be like, no, you can't come play and we don't have anything to accommodate you, that's not really gonna work. So in my opinion, I don't think there's a difference between men and women to make them unable to compete against each other in video game tournaments, but I'm interested to know what you guys think. So let me know in the comment section, what do you think about women competing against men in video games? Should they not? Should they have their own separate tournament? Let me know, guys, and I'll speak to you later. Bye.